Hello my beautiful Moglets. So today we're going over the patch notes. There is quite a lot actually, and if you're wondering where my face cam is, boom! Yeah, so we're having Kizuna iCollab also. Yeah, so I'm a VTuber now for this video. I can imagine this is very jarring, this is very weird, but deal with it. I think there is also a male avatar I could have chosen, but I think she's the only one I'm allowed to use commercially, so I would have to make my own, but I don't know if anyone wants me to use. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now. But yeah, pretty huge thing, you know, we got hero balance adjustments, tons of heroes actually. I wasn't really prepared for this. So gotta get our thinking cap on real quick here, but starting off with Ambitious Tywin. Honestly, it's hard to tell if this is a buff or a nerf because Tywin is a knight after all. You know, he can definitely be frontline and he's going to be getting attacked the most in that case. But you know, there are 3 allies versus just 1 caster, so on one hand, I mean, since it can only be activated once per turn anyway, I don't think it's that massive of a change. Unless you were only ever planning on having, you know, Ambitious Tywin as the front line, then yeah, maybe, but it doesn't seem that big of a deal, honestly. Also, his flash skill will be changed as well. We're just looking at After Awakening here. Oh damn, he's getting AoE stun instead of unhealable. That definitely sounds like a buff to me, for sure. And, you know, stun and decreased speed together is pretty overpowered because then it just takes them that much longer to get back to the front and unstun themselves unless they have like a cleanser. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a buff there to me. Pretty nice one as well. Checking out normal Charlotte here as well. Yeah, so I guess not much change. It's a pretty complicated skill, but like it's just gonna always crit now. I don't even have Charlotte and she recently got buffs as well like before this, so I'm a little bit lost as far as Charlotte is concerned. Just on paper though, I mean, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal if you're going to build your Charlotte with crit chance anyway. You can build her with less, I guess. She just needs to be buffed for that to proc. Her Vortex also got buffed, basically just taking that 75% chance to make them unhealable and making that guaranteed unless resisted. Her Vortex is also always a critical hit unless it misses. So yeah, you basically don't need to build her with crit chance at all pretty much. Ooh. Destina's getting buffed. I mean, I hope so. I haven't read her actual skill yet. Yeah, I mean, so it's a pretty needed buff. You know, she'll increase the combat readiness by 50% now of one ally rather than 30% when using Regen. Regen is a single target heal anyway, so yeah. And also her exclusive equipment effect will be bumped up to 30% as well from 20%. Also, her exclusive equipment is getting changed wholly. Before, it was just increased targets combat readiness by 20%. So basically the buffed Regen is like what it was before with exclusive equipment, but now you don't need exclusive equipment. That exclusive equipment is now being changed to 30% chance to reset the skill cooldown, which is, you know, a pretty solid chance, honestly. Ooh, Lilibet, the hero I've always wanted to like but could never get to work well. Oh, okay. That's so same thing is happening with Lilibet here. Her hit chance is increased by 20% when using this skill, and that was the exclusive equipment before. Okay, that's pretty funny. And now instead of the hit chance, it's going to be just more damage. So yeah, maybe finally now can actually use her as a super reliable Arbiter Vildred killer. I mean, she probably was before, you know, but now like even more, you don't need really godly gear. We also have Surin, which again, I don't have too much experience with, but let's just read the comparisons, see if I can pull anything away from that. Oh yeah, so her swift movement is getting a pretty massive buff. This is actually a passive. So before it only did the combat readiness increase. Now it's going to dispel all buffs and grant stealth for a turn, and then boost her combat readiness by that 30% it already did. So that is definitely a pretty huge buff, paired with the fact that, you know, she can't get one shot. So, you know, if a strong attack hits her, she'll definitely be below that 70%, get that combat readiness, you know, be cleansed of all buffs. Also, it starts out as 20% combat readiness instead of 15, like it does over there. So you get more when you're skill enhancing. It's still a total of max of 30. So, I mean, it's not as necessary, which also makes her a little bit better for early game players, you know, that don't have so many Molagors to spread around. Also, it seems Moonlight Shadow is probably getting buffed. They mostly buff everyone in the meantime. They almost never nerf anyone anymore. So her Moonlight Shadow is basically just getting a chance to inflict silence thrown on it for 1 turn. Pretty much only PvP focused, but most of the Moonlight heroes are. And yeah, silence can definitely be really annoying. Okay, and Crescent Moon Rin is attaching a stun to her eye catcher here, and also adding a sort of refund to her skill. So like if they don't have any buffs, like the main thing she's doing is stealing those 2 buffs. And if they don't have any, then at least the skill will go off cooldown 1 turn earlier. Shooting Star Achates. Yeah, so I mean, her Sparkling Star was never really that good. It could potentially be a nice healing skill between, you know, 2 people, but now it'll dispel all buffs as well. You know, definitely making it a lot better. I still don't know if it's really that good though, because you know, there are already a lot of healers like Dustina that just got buffed that can, you know, heal the whole team plus dispel all debuffs. So, interesting. Yeah, I don't really want to go into this too much, but I guess they're making them a little smarter. I mean, it's definitely pretty interesting, you know. I don't think I've ever seen their like order of priorities before, and here it is. I mean, of course, you can gather that information just from watching them auto. You know, they were always going for bosses first, and they still will do that unless that boss has the invincibility buff. In Cez's case, in Krau's case, you know, in a lot of these cases. And yeah, it's super interesting, but I don't really want to go in depth on that. Arena Determination Season, Kijuna iCollab, this is what we're here for, or this is what I'm here for. This is what I bought an entire program for. Yay. I don't think it was worth it. It does handle tracking really well though. I mean, I can wink at you guys. Wink, wink. I feel so weird. Oh, is it really just a check-in event? I thought it would kind of be more than that. Oh, and she's a 4-star hero. Okay. I mean, she's a free hero you get just by checking in, so what can you really expect? Ooh, do we get to see her ultimate animation? I mean, she's damn cute. Come on. Come on, guys. As a cute character. Oh, and we get to see her skill introduction. She's a Fire Soul Weaver. Interesting. Better not be replacing my Tamarin though. Attacks by firing a heart at the enemy before dispelling a debuff from an ally. Damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's max health. Debuff dispelling on basic is always really nice, honestly. Crisis Avoidance passive heals the ally with the lowest health at the end of the turn. Amount recovered increased proportional to the caster's max health. Yeah, I mean, that's a just pretty solid general passive. Nothing super crazy yet though. After Awakening, cheers on allies, granting increased attack and a barrier to allies for 3 turns before granting increased speed to the caster. Okay, it's just the caster. Barrier strength. Damn, that's actually pretty good though. A 3-turn attack buff. We don't see that. Not on 4-star heroes. Yeah, I mean, she's a really nice 4-star Soul Weaver. Definitely. Perfect for beginners, I would say. I would definitely say she's not like as good as Tamarin, obviously, but you know, it's very solid. 3-turn attack buff on a 4-turn cooldown even. That's really good. And a barrier and speed for herself so she can cycle the skills faster is just really good. Especially for a 4-star healer where you can get triple S just from logging in. Absolutely a good deal. There are also some other new heroes. There's a lot of news today, honestly, damn. Free Spirit Tyria. I guess this is... yes, the Moonlight version. Damn, she is nice as well. Attacks the enemy with an axe with a 50% chance to decrease attack for 2 turns. A critical hit will increase damage. Yeah, well, no duh, I mean, that's what critical hits do. I mean, okay, I guess just more than usual. Attack down is pretty universally useful, so it's a nice basic. Releases condensed energy at all enemies, recovering health of the caster proportional to damage dealt. So there's a bit of lifesteal there. And if someone dies, then the cooldown will be decreased. Doesn't sound like anything special, honestly, but let's check out her ult. Dashes towards the enemy and cuts them down with a powerful strike, decreasing defense for 2 turns. Nice. A critical hit will grant immunity to the caster for 2 turns. So she seems like a pretty general DPS, honestly. We have so many defense breakers in the meantime, though, so I'm not sure if we actually need another one, especially like another single target defense breaker, but you know, it's always good. Light hero. I don't think we have that many light defense breakers, so light warrior defense breakers. All in all, yeah, she seems fine, you know. Oh, I missed the fact she is a connection hero. Okay, well, yeah, she's really good then. I mean, I'm usually basing my judgments on like whether you should summon for them or like try for them. In her case, and she is a Moonlight, I expected her to be in the Moonlight summons or Mystic Metals or whatever. And to go for her, I would probably be like, maybe, not really, she's okay. But obviously as a free hero, definitely grab her. A new artifact we can get for free, 100% chance to grant increased attack to the caster for 2 turns when the enemy is defeated. On one hand, you usually have an attack buffer with you anyway, so you know, you might not really need it, but then like on the surface it seems universally useful, but probably in reality it's a little bit more niche than that. And yeah, you get this from new Adventurer's Path missions. I finished those an eternity ago, and I assume most people did, but yeah, new stuff there, cool. And lots of other rewards to get as well. A new set, 70 set. Damn, another Tamarin drop rate up? What the heck? She's had so many banners already. But cool, because Tamarin is a really nice hero and you should absolutely try and get her if you don't have her. And with that, we also have a new Epic Pass. Typically the rewards are pretty good there, although there was a bit of a stink about that a while ago when they do decrease the rewards. I don't really want to go into that. This patch note has been so long already. I think it's nice. I'm not blown away like most of the other outfits I've seen, but I definitely think it's nice. After seeing some of the other ones like Cecilia's and Destina's though, it's just, I don't know. My expectations are super high in the meantime for outfits. And equipment conversion reorganization. Again, how many times are they going to do that? Now, unnecessary equipment that was saved for equipment conversion does not need to be kept in your inventory. Players can only obtain level 85 equipment from the equipment conversion. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that was a suggestion I made a while ago, because there were like too many limitations on what you could do. Like if you had a high raise level 67, you risk getting a 67 in return, even though, you know, you're past that stage of the game already, and that's kind of why you want to throw it in there. Also, if you're under level 50, you cannot do equipment conversion. I would say you're not really ready for equipment conversion until you're at least rank 50 anyway, so I don't think that's a big difference. And I guess you get those from equipment extraction, which I assume is like salvaging. Okay, yeah, so this is actually pretty huge, honestly. We can get rid of all the gear we don't want, really, but maybe are thinking of saving for equipment conversion. Just transfer it all into these cores and hold on to it until you're ready to try. Okay, no gold cost for equipment extraction, thank God. This actually seems like a pretty big thing, so I don't really want to talk about it too much until it's actually in the game and I can try it for myself. You can see how it works here though. I'm not sure how much is going to fundamentally change with equipment conversion, or if it's really just a space saving measure, which is cool in it of itself. I need space a lot. Also, if you have Justina or Lilibet's exclusive equipment, you can change that. You can select a different option here because their effects are getting changed as well. Packages and miscellaneous things here. Usually I'd at least go through these a little bit, but this pageant was so long, you know, we had to balance all the new heroes. Well, I guess there was only 2 new heroes, and yeah, I guess that'll pretty much do it for today's video. Make sure to tell me what you think about the update. But yeah, any thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. Dropping a like on this video if you did and do enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.